This is a new app that wants people to respond to crime before the cops do. It's called Vigilante, and it's supposed to be a disruptive way to improve public safety. The app creates a map of crimes as they happen by monitoring police scanners. Users receive notifications of incidents nearby and are encouraged to rush to the scene and record live videos of what's happening. But there's only one problem with this idea: everything. Everything from Vigilante's name to its comic book logo to the dramatic music it plays when you open the app for the first time makes it seem like they want their users to act like superheroes and take the law into their own hands. Which is a reckless idea, according to Morgan Hargrave. His work focuses on the intersection of technology and civic engagement.
When you think about building an app, you think about, the Facebook mantra of move fast and break things. Well, in the context of a 911 distress call, moving fast and breaking things is potentially very dangerous for you as a responder and for those that are in the middle of the event.
And in reality, being a vigilante isn't something to aspire to. Historically, vigilantism has been a way to cloak or justify racism.
Police are calling the gunman a vigilante. They say that he methodically shot 4 young men on a crowded 7th Avenue IRT Express just north of Chambers Street in Manhattan.
If I had more bullets, I would have shot them all again and again. My problem was I ran out of bullets, and I was gonna gouge one of the guy's eyes out with my keys afterwards.
Or inspire modern-day witch hunts.
2 North African boys appeared on the cover of the Post a few days ago because users at Reddit and 4chan went through a collection of photos taken from the scene in Boston and basically parsed it out based on they've got backpacks, they're looking in other directions, and they happen to have brown skin.
So who's actually going to use an app like this?
My name is Chris Pollock, and more people know me as a real-life superhero called the Dark Guardian. Got a clown out there messing with people, so I'm gonna confront this guy. Yo, what are you doing out here, man? You wanna mess with people? I'll kick your ass. Dude, seriously.
Chris was invited to be an early user of Vigilante, which is currently only available in New York City. He let us tag along on one of his recent neighborhood patrols to show us how the app works. At first, we didn't find much, but we did manage to break a bunch of traffic safety laws. Eventually, we received an alert of gunshots fired at a nearby neighborhood in Brooklyn. Although we arrived within minutes, the cops were already on the scene and everything seemed under control.
There was literally like 10 cops waiting to get inside the building.
But the police don't appreciate it when people like Chris get in the way.
There was a, group of people hanging out, kind of, seemed like they were kind of up to no good. The cops roll up on me. And they search me, and they talk to me. A lieutenant came over and said what I do is frowned upon. I'm like, all right, I'll try to go through community affairs from now on. Some of them were okay. The lieutenant was kind of a dick, but whatever.
The NYPD's Public Relations Office told us in an email that crimes in progress should be handled by the NYPD and not a vigilante with a cell phone. And most people aren't excited to see strangers patrolling their own neighborhoods.
Hey, stupid motherfucker.
But there is one group that benefits from having people record crimes in progress: Vigilante. While it's not clear how they plan to monetize the app, they've raised almost $1 million in investment from Founders Fund, a Silicon Valley venture capital firm co-founded by Peter Thiel.
We are told that the great debate is about who gets to use which bathroom. This is a distraction from our real problems. Who cares?
Unfortunately, the road to monetization won't be easy. Vigilante was abruptly removed from the App Store the same week it was released. A spokesperson for Vigilante told us it's resolving the issue with Apple and expects to be back in the App Store soon. The company also plans to release Vigilante on Android and in cities beyond New York by 2017, which is scary because our society's most famous vigilantes don't sound like this.
I've seen the beauty of your many cultures. I felt great joy in your magnificent accomplishments. I've also seen the folly of your wars.
They sound like this.
Hey, we've had some break-ins in my neighborhood, and there's a real suspicious guy.
Are you following him?
Yeah.
Okay, we don't need you to do that.
Okay.
All right, sir, what is your name?
It's George. He ran.
All right, George, what's your last name?
Zimmerman.